Hello viewers, this Dow Too Fast here. In today's video I'll be replacing my old sprinkler controller that I've had for a couple of years and it hasn't really worked very well, and recently one of the watering zones stopped working altogether. So I picked up this brand new smart sprinkler controller from the company ImoLaza. This one is the Ultra model, and this one supports up to 8 zones, and it has a mobile app for you to set up the watering zones and the watering schedule. In this video I'll show you how to install this new controller, so let's get started. Let me show you the sprinkler controller I currently have. This one here is made by the company Wise, and I've had it for a couple of years. It's really a bad controller. Also, the Wise app is very minimal and it's not user friendly. So I'm going to remove this today and replace it with a much better sprinkler controller from the company ImoLaza. This one is the Ultra model. I'll unbox it and show you what comes with it. Right here is a user manual. Sticker for the wiring. Wiring guide, mounting template, and right here is the smart controller. Looking at this unit, you can open up the front cover by lifting this latch on the side. Now there's a cover you can remove here. Inside you'll find the AC power cord, mounting hardware, and the locking key, and they've included a couple of tie wraps. First thing I need to do is uninstall the old controller. I'm going to go ahead and remove the power on this. This power cable you see here outputs 24 volt AC, and I will be able to reuse it to power the new controller. And to remove the unit from the mount, I'm going to tilt this up. Next I'm going to disconnect all the wires here. Now make sure you take note of where the wires came out of. So for example, this white wire is my common wire, and these 3 color wires are the zone wires. This controller can be powered with 24 volt AC or 120 volt AC. If you choose to power it with 120 volts, then you need to install the AC power cord. So let me show you how you go about installing this power wire. For the AC power wire, I'm going to feed this into the box from the bottom. Next, connect the 3 wires from the power wire to the 3 wires that's in the controller. Match up the color, green to green, white to white, black to black. Push all 3 wires into this compartment and then install this cover plate and install a screw. I do want to mention, if you look on this panel here on the left side, is 24 volt AC. If you're replacing your old controller and it already has a 24 volt AC power wire, you can connect that 24 volt AC power source directly onto these 2 terminals and power this unit. If you do that, then you don't need to run a separate 120 volt AC power cable that I showed you earlier. Now for the valve wires, I'll be feeding those wires through the back of the unit. Now there are already cutouts for this. You can use a flathead screwdriver and a hammer and punch this out. I'm going to use my step bit and drill my own hole. Use the included mounting template to mark the holes on the wall and drill it for the wall anchor. Install the plastic anchor that came with the unit. Now with this top screw, the unit actually hangs onto it. Here I'm going to feed the pump wire through the hole I drilled. Now I'm going to hang the unit onto the top screw. Now I'll install the middle screw. Make sure your unit is level. If it's not, in the screw and adjust the angle. Now around my home I have 3 separate zones, and these wires are connected to the valves for each zone. I'll need to connect these wires to the control panel. Right here is my C or common wire. I'll connect it to the first C that's on the left side here. Now over here you have this M, which is master valve. I don't have a master valve. I have my 3 zones. This is zone 1. So I'll connect this wire to number 1, which is for zone 1. Zone 2. This connects to number 2. Zone 3 will connect to number 3. Now I want to point out, with this Ultra controller, you can actually control up to 8 zones. So you have zone 1 all the way to zone 8. So if you have a large yard with multiple zones, this controller is perfect for it. Now I want to mention I did end up using my previous 24 volt AC power supply that was already ran in the wall and connected it to this controller, and I'm not using the 124 volt AC power wire. As you can see, the 24 volt AC power supply is able to power this. In the user manual, you have the QR code for both App Store and Google Play Store. Scan the QR code and install the app. On the app, I'll select Add Controller. Here it tells you the app uses Bluetooth to connect to the controller. Here, found the controller. Select your home Wi-Fi. Enter a Wi-Fi password. You can set a device name. You can add the address for your location. Now you can set up the zones, but right now I'm going to select Finish. With the controller installed, let's take a look at the app. Right now you're looking at the home page of the app. You can see the controller is online, and at the top it will show you the weather. At the bottom, let's go to zones. So right here I have the 3 zones for my house. Zone 1 is for my front right side. Zone 2 is for my front left side. And Zone 3 is for the backyard. I'll select one of the zone. Edit. Now here you can rename this zone if you want. You can also change a photo. Select this camera button right here. You can select take a photo. Camera. Now you can take a photo of your yard and save as a thumbnail. You can specify the plant type, sprinkler head type, soil type, and the amount of sunlight you get. If I select advanced, here you can specify the root depth of your plants, how many inches of water per hour your sprinkler head can apply, and also total area of your zone. Now if you want to do a quick test or do a short run of your sprinkler, you can select quick run here. Here you can specify the time, select next, and then press play to start watering your lawn. When you're done, select stop to stop it. Now remember, this controller is an 8-zone controller, so at the bottom I have these other zones that I'm not using, and I went ahead and disabled it. If you want to enable it, select this button here to enable it. At the bottom, select settings. Now if there's a certain time in the year that you're not going to be using your sprinkler, you can set up the standby mode. Here you can enable the schedule to turn off the sprinkler. So during this period of time, the watering schedule will be suspended. At the bottom here, you have the option for schedules. I'm going to select plus to set up a schedule. Next, you can select new grass schedule, fixed schedule, or ET Smart Schedule. Now if you select the ET Smart Schedule, the schedule will adjust to the weather. So if there's forecast for a lot of rain, then it won't water your lawn as much. I'm going to do the fixed schedule right now. Here you can select all the zones or select the zone you want to set up. Next. Next, set up the duration of your watering. Now during the summer, you want to apply enough water so it actually soak into the soil and not just evaporate. So I'm going to increase this to 25 minutes. Next. Now the default is going to be no cycle and soak. With this, it will water that one zone for the duration you set. Now if you select manual cycle and soak or smart cycle and soak, what that'll do is it'll break up that watering time to allow the water to soak into the soil, then proceed to water another zone, and then come back to this first zone to finish the watering. I'm going to leave in the no cycle and soak option. Next. Here you can set up the rain skip, freeze skip, or wind skip. I'm going to leave this off for now. Select next. Now you can specify the number of days you want to water. Now in your city, if you have some restrictions or law that says you can only water every odd days or even days, you can specify that right here, odd days or even days. Or you can specify every day or specific days. Here I'm going to select Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Next. Here's the start date, so this is today's date, or you can set it for a future date, and the end date, which is never right now. Now you can specify the time you want to water. I'm going to select start at a specific time. Here I'm going to select 7 a.m. Now remember, I already specified the duration, so I don't need to set that right now. Next. Here I can name the schedule. I'll call this November, Zone 1. Confirm. Finish. And here's a look at the setting for the schedule that I set up for Zone 1. If you scroll down to the bottom, if you want to delete this, select the delete schedule here, and then delete this schedule. Now if you want to set up more schedule, select the plus sign right here, and then continue setting up more schedule for the other zones. As you can see, this app is very easy to use. You can stop the schedule anytime you want. One main benefit of having a smart controller like this is even if you're not at home and you're traveling, you have full control of your watering at your home, anywhere you have internet access with your phone. Right here is my Zone 1. I'll do a quick run. Select play. and pause it and select stop. Here's my zone 2. And zone 3 is my backyard. As you can see, all 3 zones work with this controller. Now, besides using the app, you can use the controller to do a quick run for all your zones. Looking at the control panel here, you see a LED indicator ring. Now, if you ever see any red LED on this ring, that tells you there's a short circuit on one of the zones. Now, when the controller is activated and working normally, you'll see a flashing blue ring like right now. With this control panel, you see 4 buttons here. If you press the right and left arrow button, you can select different zones. So there's zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can manually turn on the sprinkler for that zone by pressing the play button or pause button here. If you want to stop it, press the stop button right here. One other thing I want to point out is behind this panel, there's actually a button cell battery. The battery is used for powering the time chip to ensure the schedule runs properly. If I open up this bottom panel and I slide this cover down, you see there's a CR2032 button cell. If the battery dies, it'll notify you of this on the app. All you have to do is replace it with a new battery, and they'll continue maintaining the time for the schedule. Overall, this ImoLaza Ultra sprinkler controller is very easy to install and set up. It's definitely a lot better than the old one that I had. The app is easy to use, and you can quickly set up all the zones around your home. With the schedule feature, you can set up the watering time that best suits the region that you're in. This 8-zone controller that I installed retailed for $160. They also offer a 4-zone, 12-zone, and 16-zone controller. I'll include the link below so you can check it out. I hope you enjoy watching this video. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. To support this channel, remember to click on thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of new videos.